2, 1, and we are live. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this monthly event where we are introducing all the new BGA member. This is August already, and we have a great roster of new members who join us this month. I'm going to introduce all of them, and they will present what they are doing, whether they are games, they are platform, they are marketplace, or other exciting things that involve blockchain within the gaming industry. But before that, I'll start with our usual presentation of the Blockchain Game Alliance for those of you who are not yet familiar. The Blockchain Game Alliance, it's a non-profit organization that is committed to promoting the use of blockchain technology within the game industry. We are spreading awareness about how this blockchain technology with non-fungible tokens, with decentralized gaming, with DAO, with DeFi, and other possibilities it offers, enables new ways to create, publish, develop games, engage the players and their communities around the game. We also strong advocate for diversity and more inclusivity of women in the industry. We've launched several events with 100% women, and we always try to involve as many women as possible on every panel and event we run. And we provide an open forum for individuals and companies to share knowledge, to collaborate, to network, to create common standards, to establish business potentially together, and more. So those are the core activity of the Blockchain Game Alliance: networking, research and reporting, representing all the blockchain game companies, and advocating for blockchain within the game industry. Among all our members, so you can see it's already a picture with so many logos. We are really excited every month to keep welcoming more and more members. We have blockchain games, we have chains and protocol, we have press and media, we have esports company, traditional games, developer solution, investors, and more. So whether you're just passionate, curious, or working actively in the space, you want to be involved in gaming large markets, I would say, you're free to join. We invite you to join. I want to give also a special thanks to our sponsor, Animoca Brands, Ubisoft, Galaxy Interactive, MakerDAO, Algorand, Chromia, Matic, AMD, and Mobox, who are contributing even more in the space and to supporting the BGA and its activities. Among our activities, we've done a one-on-one interview with key industry leaders, video game executive like Frédéric Chenet, the CEO of Atari, or Yatsu, CEO of Animoca Brand. We involve people who are thought leaders in different thematics like DeFi, like DAOs. We organize workshop, legal workshop, decentralized gaming workshop. We run every month at the end of the month, like today, all the new member presentations, so they get a chance to present what they are doing to all our members. We offer free speaking opportunities at various events around the world, but now virtual events online since the COVID, as well as also free tickets to attend those events. We try to really make our events diverse and inclusive and have various angles to the several thematics. So you will not find always the same speakers over and over. And as an example, this month, we have an exciting series about NFTs and like what it is to be collecting NFT like a whale. So we had like the point of view from the buyer, the whales, who are one part of this industry, supporting them. What is considered of value in the space? What is the art of collecting NFTs, etc. And we are really open to more suggestion on any topic you like to run. We're also open to hosting events on your behalf. So we provide the distribution, the technology, and we're happy to run the events you like to run. And now I'd like to say thank you and welcome to the new company who joined us this month: GameCredits, Rarible, AMD, Dap.com, Cartesi, IMVU, and Validation Capital. You will be hearing today from Alexander, from Rarible, from Ezekiel, from Altcoin Buzz, from Steve, from GameCredit, from Nicolas Julia, from Sorare, from Riccardo, from Chromia, from Joshua, from Waterdeep, from Kyle, from Dap.com, and from Robert from Dacoco. We'll start first with Riccardo from Chromia and Chromaway. Riccardo, are you with us?
Yes.
Excellent.
I will now try to share the screen. And here.
So I will go in background. Yes. Every speaker has about 10 minutes to present. Then if there's any question, I will display them on screen. If you can answer them within the 10 minutes is best. If not, we'll have some time at the end to answer any remaining questions. I'll move behind the scene. I'll come back for the next speaker. So now the stage is yours.
All right. Okay, now. Okay. So, yeah, nice to meet you all. My name is Riccardo, and I work for Chromaway. Chromaway has built a product called Chromia, which is a public blockchain that addresses mainly games. So I will give a bit of a background for what Chromaway is and why we led into this direction. We started in 2012 with color coins, which is a sort of, now we could say RC20, so basic assets that could be created on top of Bitcoin, and were able to transfer value in this fashion. Then over the year, we made many solutions for enterprise and governments. We made projects with the Swedish Land Registry. We made the green asset bonds, which is a space where you can sell and buy bonds that are that have some projects into green field. And with this experience, we always made the whole blockchain of all these projects. And with this experience, we created a public blockchain called Chromia. And this is where I will focus today. And in general, this is the part of the company that focus on gaming. We created this product, this blockchain, in order to overcome the common problems that there are with the normal blockchain experience, mainly from the development part. So development experience is to some extent cumbersome in common blockchains, and we wanted to essentially give to the people the opportunity to just focus on creating the best product without losing too much time into how to use this tool, how to use that tool, and so forth. Also, we wanted to increase the user experience. Now it's a bit frustrating with the requirement of waiting for a long time for confirmation, or to make or to pay transaction fees every time we want to write something on the blockchain. And this also lead to poor security, because many games, they sacrifice the decentralization in order to have a better user experience. And this is a compromise that we want to avoid. Also, we propose a different language, which is typed, is compiled, and makes the development of, we believe, easier. And we also try to overcome the wallet issues that there are when using one unique wallet that force you essentially not to have control over what is called. So essentially, now when we use, for example, MetaMask or other wallet, MetaMask can actually send any transaction, also in other games, also sending value and basically call any operation. We have a segmentation function, which only allows a specific wallet to, for example, execute an operation on a particular contract for a set of time. So you're sure to be within boundaries. Yeah, as mentioned, important problem are the high fees and the transaction fees that need to be paid every time there is a transaction. As a matter of fact, in the last days, the total amount of Ether paid on Ethereum for making transaction is around 1 million, and our goal is to lower this amount sensibly. And to do that, we created a relational blockchain. Relational blockchain is a blockchain that use a relational database underneath. Relational databases have many advantages, given that are one of the few technologies that are more than 40 years old, and we still use, as a matter of fact, SQL has 85% of the market share, and people use it because it's easy to understand, easy to code to some extent, and perform well. So we can have a performance that are very high for the 99% of the use cases. We use a different consensus algorithm. We don't use proof of work, but we use a sum of different consensus method. We use Byzantine fault tolerance. In addition with that, proof of stake, and in addition to that, we use anchoring. Anchoring consists into writing the state of the blockchain on a different blockchain. So, for example, the state of Chromaway can be written on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. This also creates some less work for other blockchain, because there is one transaction for all what happened in Chromium. And with the structure we use, which is a sort of Merkle tree, we can provide full security. Using this consensus agreement also allow us not to require fees. So the user doesn't have to pay fees unless required otherwise. So the user that a gamer will face is the same as normal games. They don't have to, like, every time they want to do something, go and authorize something, because there is no payment of such. In fact, the mechanism used to pay for computation is much more similar to cloud model such as AWS, where there is a fixed amount that is paid at the beginning of the period, for example, at the beginning of the month, and then a specific set of processing power. As an example, now when I don't know, people develop application or games, they rent a server, some amount of RAM, some amount of CPU, and then they have it allocated for themselves. Instead, they don't have to compete in order to have a specific amount of time. So it's not that everybody competes on the same field. So in this case, in this way, we can have lower fees, which are actually very much comparable to normal AWS or Azure costs. As said, we are very much developers oriented. We are, I think, in the company, we are probably 80% of developers. So we really cares about it. We really want to build software fast and in a reliable way. That's why we created RHEL, which is a language that is, if I have to define, probably third millennium SQL. So it compiles in SQL, but adds features such as compiling, so you can compile it, and declarative syntax in order to avoid common mistake or errors that will raise only at runtime. We try to prevent them. And RHEL is also the language used in order to write contracts in Chromium. We support IDEs such as Eclipse. So, for example, in Eclipse, you don't have to bother into running a node, having softwares to set up, to connect, and so forth. It's just one button and runs the node, and it connects it. Also, I think is quite unique, but we are also we also develop the libraries that are used. So we have a full control over the whole supply chain of the software. We have libraries for blockchain side, for front end, and we control the development of the language. So we have a pretty full bird eye view. This is just a small information on how actually is inside. So this is how one node looks. We have a part that is in charge of consensus, one module. One interface actually is built with interface. So we have APIs that allows clients to connect, validation engine that builds essentially the block that will be then published, module, which is the part that developers write by uploading contracts, and the database that in our case is PostgreSQL, so it's SQL database. Not to be confused that we use only one database, and we kind of have a consensus agreement when we write that. we actually have every node has its own database, and thanks to the blockchain feature, the blockchain characteristic, we can be sure that at any given block, all the nodes have the same information into their own database. So as said, we are focusing on gaming. Why? Because we have a fast blockchain. In fact, we can confirm a transaction within the second. So it's actually instantaneous. We don't have fees, so increased usability, and we focus on easy development, which means for people, you can just create. You don't have to bother about anything else. Just focus on what you know how to do. Some example of games that we have at the moment. One is Mines of Dalarnia, and is essentially a role-based game where you have to mine into mining site and get minerals, and then you can upgrade your character. We have Planetary, which is use our standard of a non-fungible token called Originals. So there are planets that can wear T-shirts, hats, and so forth, and people can trade them. We have Chain of Alliance, which is a battle game, sort of God Unchained or similar. And we have Spaces, which is a 3D game built in Unreal with VR capabilities, where there is actually people collaborating and creating a full ecosystem of games. And this will then be a platform where other games can be promoted. And Spaces is actually our vision, and is developed by Antler Interactive, which is a big gaming studio based in Stockholm, where also Chromia is based. One more thing I wanted to specify is that all these games don't have a server. So they all run fully on blockchain. And this is, I think, quite unique in the blockchain world, that we can assure that our game are fully decentralized and really unstoppable. In case you want to have some more information, here there are some links, but I guess that probably it's better to check after the slides will be published. Yeah, thank you for the time. I tried to speed up a bit at the end.
Thank you. That was fast indeed. If there's any question, like, let me see in the comments. So far, no question. If you want to stay until the end of the event and we get more questions from the audience, we'll have time to answer them. So we have Joshua afterwards.
Yep. Hello, how's it going? So my name is Josh. I go by Penguin. I'm the developer behind Waterdeep, and I also do a lot of stuff behind the scenes for a lot of the different Web3 communities. So I'm going to share a little bit about what it is that I'm working on, and give you an intro of Waterdeep. So let me start. Waterdeep is a text-based adventure. It's steampunk, high fantasy, and unlike most games, Waterdeep is fully text-based. Waterdeep started in 1997, and it's been around the entire time, and I've made countless amounts of amazing connections with fellow developers, gamers, and just amazing people doing all kinds of things. So where are we going? Right now, Waterdeep is building a new game using Ethereum. I'm going to leverage Discord, and I'm going to decentralize a lot of the player assets, not just the actual ownership of the assets, but also the data. I want to decentralize the data so that players have full transparency of what's going on, and the system is transparently fair. So what kind of market am I going into? So right now there's 10,000 people that are actively mudding every day. And there are 7 million people that are visually disabled. What that means is they can't really interact with any of the dApps that we're doing. The visually impaired are not able to play games like Axie Infinity or have the same experience that we have. So the 103 million estimated Ethereum users that we have are kind of isolated from the visually impaired. And one of the other big communities I'm leveraging is Discord. So Discord has 19 million active users every day, and with a 250 million user base. So these stats are all kind of lead to the point that, you know, I've got to get out of a niche market of mudding, and I've got to kind of facilitate the text first worlds that already encompass our ecosystem. And so, like, why am I doing this now? Like, right now is the renaissance for the NFT and the blockchain industry. NFT collectibles are an amazing opportunity, and the technology has really caught up to the use cases. NFT sales are responsible for over $100 million this year, $102 million, with the year-to-date growth of 7,927%. Like, that's amazing. And I think the best part about it is it's all verified ownership. And like, why would people want to play Waterdeep? So Waterdeep has been a great community that really brings together like role playing and the granularity of games that I kind of grew up with things like Rogue and Dwarf Fortress, where they're not meant to be easy. They're meant to be hard and challenging, and they're meant to really build up your ability to think and interact with the people around you. So some of the other reasons that I think people will play this is because I'm going to be offering, you know, cryptocurrency and a native token that will also be, you know, responsible for allowing people to participate in the governance of the game and allow people to actually take part in the game that they love. Obviously, another key audience that I'll be targeting will be the blind or visually disabled. I think that they need a good blockchain game that they can play to earn and experience and learn about a lot of the blockchain things that we do every day. Discord is a text-first environment, but it's not exactly the most disabled friendly. And the ADA people, they love a screen reader, and MUDs have been a proven tool for that exploration. So obviously, the Ethereum users and NFT collectors will have an interest because aside from the text-based game, I am planning to have my art. All of the unique art you've seen here are some of the examples of stuff that I do. So, you know, people will play this to play to earn, I think. And so why Waterdeep? Who are we? Why would you want to even think of that? Why can we compete? So, I mean, one of the things that Waterdeep does better than ever and better than most people is longevity. We've been around since 1997. We celebrated our 23rd birthday on August of this year, just a few days ago. And really, we promote a fair, friendly environment where we're accepting of people, we're very challenging in our content, and you know, we're friendly towards a lot of different people. We deliver our story as like a player-driven model. People are able to jump into the story and participate and play the game however they want. We don't tell them how to play. We try and build a player-first environment where the community kind of dictates what I'll be working on. And I try and stay very in touch with the people. And we also have an amazing team behind us. For a free game, there's an amazing amount of people and love for the game. I have a staff of 11 people that are volunteers that have worked for me and worked with me for many years to help generate and keep Waterdeep as an amazing brand. And Waterdeep actually is a brand. When I went around and kind of pitched this idea to other MUD owners and MUD administrators, almost all of them that I talked to had heard of Waterdeep. It's something that had been, they know and they say very good things about us. And that was really positive and a good feedback for what I was kind of doing. And so like, what are kind of the steps that we're taking? So we've got Duma Coin, we've got Discord bots, and we've got Undermountain. These are the big tasks that I'm kind of doing that I think will really project and stick Waterdeep in a foundation for the future. So how are we going to use Duma Coin? This is Duma Coin. So Duma Coin is going to be used as an in-game currency. It's going to be used for social interaction and reward people in a positive reinforcement manner. So we're also going to exchange Duma Coin openly on Discord and services like TipCC, and provide rewards for people that support us through liquidity mining and giving value to the token. What that means is that we'll be rewarding people for playing the game as well as their interactions and help with the community. I also want to have a fixed kind of return for the coin so that over time, as people play the game will balance fairly based on how much use the token is getting. And I also want each one of the purchases to give back to the game pool. I want it to support the development of the game, and I also want it to support charities and disabled education. So what are kind of the current statuses of the goal? So Discord, we have a lot of different bots that we've integrated into communities. So I'm currently working to integrate things like Abridged and do some token economics for gated Discord channels. I have role assignment and management as well as community support stuff. I've also done a lot of different feature requests for different communities, such as auction bots. I've done things that help with communication and different things around the Web3 communities. So I also have Duma Coin is live on Roll. We've started giving out some of it for rewards within the community, and I'm going to start expanding the rewards loop to incorporate more of the broader community. Jurglebot is actually live in several different communities and providing a lot of functionality to members of various different Web3 games, such as Axie Infinity, Eternal, and I really pride myself on providing functionality that helps facilitate community growth. And the other main thing is Waterdeep itself. So Waterdeep itself is undergoing a lot of different changes to help it get ready to a place that I think it will be fun and for a larger audience. So I'm revamping a lot of the old systems and offering a completely new game. So that kind of brings me to like why am I doing this and what do I want? So right now I want some visibility. I need a little bit of guidance and kind of direction on which kind of side chains that I should be using. I'm going to be keeping my main assets on Ethereum. I think that actually the transactional cost is a little bit helpful for game development because I can assure that my users aren't able to swap things around for free to manipulate the system or get the better of some of my systems. So I can use some of the baked in transactional costs to assure that people are playing more fairly, and also leverage the Web3 SDKs for things like 3Box to really provide a layer between gaming and the social aspect of the Web3 community and bring them together in a way that educates and is a very fun game that can kind of penetrate different communities through a Discord bot. I also, gas is kind of expensive for me too, and I completely see that. So I'm looking for a little bit of funding for seed and just kind of making friends and getting some direction for which chain. So with the decentralized data, I'm looking at things like Zala because I'm going to be using JSON databases, and I'm very open to things like that. So I also wanted to give a big thank you to the people that help make everything possible, which is my staff and my family. I also want to give a big shout out to all of the DAOs that I'm part of and the great organizations that kind of, help keep my foundation and my entrance into all these different communities. So that's people like MachiX, Blockchain Game Alliance, Eternal, Axie GG, Metagame, the Mud Coders Game Alliance, Raid Guild, DAO RPG, and Abridged. Every one of those people are, my people, and I think that, they're helping to build a better future for all of us. And that's my talk. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them at this time.
Thank you so much, Penguin. Joshua, I don't know. I can say both, I guess.
Yeah, I go by Penguin. If you're my friend, you probably know me as Penguin.
It's really amazing. Like you said, you've been building the Waterdeep for over 23 years now, and you keep evolving it in a way that's making it as accessible to as many people, including disabled or with disability. Sorry, and involving future technology like blockchain. So that's wow. A big clap for that. All right, so we'll have DAP.com following with Kyle. Kyle, he's connecting from where are you now?
I'm in Beijing right now. Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty late on your side.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming up. Do you want to share your screen and slides?
Yeah. I'm actually doing it right now. Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you're seeing my screen, right?
Yep. All right.
Okay, cool.
You can start. Go ahead.
Hey, hi everyone, guys. This is Kyle Lu, founder and CEO of Dev.com. Happy to be here at the Blockchain Game Alliance meetup. Want to introduce more about what we are doing, trying to facilitate the adoption of blockchain games and every kind of blockchain applications here. So we are Dev.com. We are currently the largest analytics, right, and distribution platform for blockchain-based applications. And we're transforming to a very ambitious goals, which is to transform the way that we used to distribute products, right? So essentially, we become the front page of blockchain here. So a little bit introduction of Dev.com. We started as an app store of blockchain. So you'll be able to discover everything on the blockchain. Like you see you look for application at the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, right? And then we started adding data onto especially on-chain data. Onto different dApps applications. So basically, what we do is we abstract the data by smart contract, so that we're able to showcase on-chain data such as 24-hour users, transactions, volumes, and also we rank all this different kind of product based on our own algorithm or matrix called Dev.com score. So which we take in like on-chain performance, the user activities, size of the communities, and also like including token performance and everything into a matrix, so that like people can discover which is the better on-chain products that could be used. So that's what we've been doing. So we are one of the very fast growing company. We started 2 years ago as a distributing an analytics platform, right? And then currently we are expanding. So if you've been using Dev.com for quite some time, you notice that since this May, we are not only tracking dApps anymore, right? In fact, we are expanded into to the distribution platform of all the non-dApps applications as well. So upcoming here, I put a question mark here because we have something big that we're gonna release in Q4, right? But we want to keep it more secretly, but right, just can't hide in that. So we are building an open network for blockchain apps, which would we change the way, right, in the old way, like if you look for products, right, you have to go to an app store. If you look for games, you go to Steam. But now, in the future, we will enable into like everyone to discover games, right, games and blockchain apps in anywhere, any like in all around the places. So look forward to that. So us as an achievement, as a debt analytic platform, right? We built the world largest start. Right now, we have a monthly visits of over 150K, and we have daily active user of over 8,000. And then we have a registered user of over 150,000, and we have the most active communities around Twitter, Telegram, and Facebook as well. We added trackings for a lot of different mainstream blockchain. Until yesterday, we had integrated with over 16 blockchain. So we were able to track over 4,000 dApps that were built on all this blockchain. And by being right, giving a lot of insights of what's going on in the markets, what are the on-chain activities of all different blockchain-based applications, we are also the trusted site for all the leading blockchain or finance media or institution or research company that they were using our data, and especially all our reports to see what's happening on the blockchain, on the adoption level of different blockchain based applications. And so we've been focused on solving two problems. One is what we call debt analytics. It's like data stuff. So we provide scoring and also the ranking system to the global users. And then the other things that we've been focused on is we're doing a lot of user onboarding efforts. So we had our own Debt.com wallet, which is a web-based wallet, to allow seamless user experience, allowing everyone to log in and enjoy an accounts on Ethereum and EOS by logging in there using their social media like Facebook, Google accounts, and as well as Twitter. And then we also recently announced these three major partnerships. One is with Opera. So Opera browser is the top 5 browser with over 350 million monthly active user in the global markets, and they are the first major browser to integrate crypto wallets. So Debt.com is the exclusive partner of Opera to provide the debt marketplace, which is the debt store of Opera wallets. And then as well, and then we also partner with Midas Protocol, which is the largest decentralized wallets in Southeast Asia. They've been focused on Vietnam and Malaysia regions. And also CoinUs, which is the largest non-custodial wallet in Korea. And there are more wallet partnership upcoming to offer the latest and the best collections of blockchain-based applications to the worldwide audience. And right, like just now I show on the site, right, we did provide a lot of data as a third-party analytics platform. So once your product is submitted to Debt.com, or you're looking for apps on specific blockchain, you'll be able to discover what's the usage of that apps, right? How many money that people were spending, how many people owns Axie Infinity, how, like, for example, right? How many people, like, how quickly has Sandbox land has sold out, right? All these different crazy on-chain activities that by different blockchain products and games as well. So moving forward, right now we are shifting a lot of focus on the user-generated contents as we expanded to also the non-dApps area. Right, a lot of user has been contributing a lot of good reviews on different games that they play, sharing a lot of insights like how to play games such as My Crypto Heroes, how to participate in F1 sales, right? And what is the spotlight products of the week on or so. If you don't want to miss any good product in the market, you could jump into dev.com and take a look at what's going on. All right. And so, like I mentioned, we're gonna launch this new network. We call it distribution network for blockchain apps. So the whole idea is allow everyone to own their own customized store. So everyone will become a distributor of different blockchain-based product as long as they want to be. So this is going to be an exciting and crazy idea that we're going to launch. So look out for more detail when we have in Q4. Like I'm doing this a lot of times. Like we try to make announcement before we're making an actual announcement. I think this is right a way of like how we admire the crypto community. Yeah, so at the end, this is my presentation. So just a warm reminder for gamers, if you're looking for more promising blockchain games, you want to figure out what's going on there, visit dev.com and then discover our editor's pick, and as well as other users' recommendation for builders. No matter you're building blockchain or you're building a game, right? If you're not listed on us yet, submit now. You'll be able to find the submit button on the right upper corner on a website, right? And then you can start getting new player on one of the biggest community looking for blockchain based products. So visit dev.com and thanks for having me on this meetup. Thanks everyone's time.
Thank you, Kyle. It's great to see some announcements of upcoming things. I see there's one question for you from
sure.
The public. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, sure.
So,
this one, right? Do you have an API to build? No, because we are not a blockchain, right? So we don't. But we do have plans to offer some like product to help people to like help builders when they're building blockchain games. Yeah, but right now we don't have an API. We only have an API to offer data for you to analyze what's going on different blockchain games. Yeah.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much again for presenting. I'm really excited about this distribution network. So whenever it's live, please send us the news. We'll propagate it via the BGA, and we'll see if like some of the members can participate early stage.
Yeah, I already count everyone in. Right. So yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Our next speaker is going to be so Nicolas Julia, the CEO of Sorare, cannot make it today, but I think we have Brian with us.
Indeed. Can you all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you fine.
Perfect. I'll just share my screen and my slides. Share screen. Brief tab actually. Okay, perfect. Can you guys see the slides?
Yep.
Yep. Perfect. Hi, everybody. So I'm Brian O'Hagan. I'm heading marketing at Sorare. And Sorare is a global fantasy football game based on blockchain and based on Ethereum's blockchain, precisely. You know, as we know in the crypto gaming space and in the NFT space, you know, people love to collect goods, and collecting these goods represents a massive market, especially in the sports card market, which is the market where we are in. However, collecting requires scarcity, and when it comes to sports cards, actually, we don't really know the exact scarcity of a certain card because it's physical. There's nothing that is tracking it except for maybe the trust that you have in the sports card provider. We cannot, however, collect digital goods online. We could not before really blockchain technology. And now with blockchain technology, we can actually start creating tokens, NFTs that are really scarce, unique, transferable freely between users. And so really the idea of Sorare is to create sports cards based on officially licensed player cards. So for instance, here is Joao Felix. He's a football player from Atletico Madrid. And in our case, we've created this card design online, but this card has the specificity of being an ERC721 that a user can freely trade, buy, sell, and use in potentially other side games than just Sorare's global fantasy football game. So what is Sorare? Sorare is a fantasy football game. The cards that I've shown you and the cards that you can see here on the left are cards that are useful in the fantasy football game. What is a fantasy football game? Actually, it's a game where you compose virtual teams of players playing potentially in different teams in different leagues, and based on their real life performances on the pitch that weekend, you will have a score of your player, and you will have a team score. And based on that team score, you do get a ranking on Sorare. And after you get ranked in the weekly tournament, if you're among the top players, you get rewarded for being one of the best players on Sorare. And these rewards are new cards or also some Ether, because the Ether is the in-game crypto or money currency of the game. Why do we use blockchain for fantasy football? I mean, all of you guys probably know, but we do want to authenticate these goods. We do want to have digital scarcity. So in our case, for every season, for every player, like for this guy, we issue maximum 111 cards. We have 3 different types of scarcity of cards. We have the unique card, which is black and it's unique. We have the super rare card, which is blue, and as you can see here, there's only 10, and this is the first edition out of 10. And we have the rare card, which is 100 rare cards, and you can also have the first out of 100 or the 10 out of 100, etc., etc. So these are scarce. And then thanks to blockchain technology, we pay royalties we could pay royalties to licensors on the secondary market. So what happens is that we have decided to take the route of having only licensed products. So we go and speak to different football clubs around the world, and we sign these clubs so that we have the official rights, the official names, the official photos, and so that these clubs can also communicate on Sorare and hence communicate on the blockchain gaming, I would say, ecosystem at large. We are going after the fantasy football market, which is actually a really big market and a worldwide market. What we've seen with other game studios such as Dapper, such as Lucid, is that they've done similar NFT experiences around sports, so such as the Major League Basketball, the NBA, the UFC. And in our case, we are focusing really on only one sport, which is football, which is also the biggest sport in the world, with the biggest brands such as Barcelona, Real Madrid. And we think there's a massive opportunity here to build a great game based on blockchain items. What we do, as I said, is officially licensed. So far, we have been able, in about 1.5 years, to sign about 100 clubs, among which Juventus, Olympique Lyonnais, Marseille, and we also have the J League and other leagues. The opportunity for leagues and clubs here is to increase revenues. It's to maximize the visibility and exposure, and it's to consolidate a position of a digital leader for these clubs so that they have their brand shared among a wide range of audiences. And finally, from an investor perspective, well, we have some great investors. We've just announced a 4 million round with some great VCs from Europe and the US. And we also have a football player backing us as André Schürrle, who won the World Cup in 2014 with Germany. Just to give you a few numbers, so right now we are the #1 blockchain football app. To be honest, there's not that many that are competing on that topic. What we have is these 100 clubs that are under license, meaning that we have more than 2,000 football players where we can create cards, and these have been selling more and more. And what's interesting is, the growth that we had recently has basically outgrown us, should I say, and we've done 50K of sales in 2019. We on path to do 4 million this year, with an expected user base of 60K by the end of the year. And what's really been exciting for us is, we've done all of this without doing any paid marketing, since the real way we acquire users today are threefold. The first one is the communication with the football clubs. Every time we announce a football club or we relaunch the cards of a football club, the football club communicates on the game, meaning that football fans around the world are hearing about us and are interacting with a blockchain game. The second aspect is every time we do announce a football club, because it's this new thing where a football club is using blockchain technology through us, we try and do PR, and this is also organic PR. And the third thing is we're working with influencers and football influencers around the world to have the word out about the game. So yeah, we've experienced this growth, and that's about it for me. You can check the numbers also on dap.com, which is just presented before, where we also have some great partnerships with them.
Thank you, Brian. Great metrics. Congratulations. It's amazing to see all the adoption and the increase of those recent weeks and months. So all the new clubs. Well, which is the most? Can you name a few of the clubs that are part of Sorare?
Yeah, so we have Juventus. So basically, we have Cristiano Ronaldo on the game where you can trade his card. Obviously, he was one of the most demanded and traded cards in the game. We have Atletico Madrid, where also a top club. We have lots of Serie A. We have Olympique de Marseille. And especially we'll have some very big clubs to announce in the next 3 to 4 months by the end of the year. So in the top 10 clubs, you'll see some news coming out about these clubs partnering with us. So yeah, that's super exciting. And again, from our perspective, it's onboarding these non-crypto people to crypto, trying to abstract blockchain as much as possible while giving them the great features of blockchain, meaning being able to use these cards where they want, being able to freely trade these cards. Yeah, that's about it.
Very cool. So looking forward to learn more and find out which are those clubs. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sebastien.
And now we are going to have Alexander from Rarible. Alexander, are you? Yep, here.
Yes, here.
Very cool.
Do you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, perfect. I won't have any slides for today. I just want to have a talk here. So my name is Alexander Salnikov. I'm a co-founder and head of product at Rarible. Rarible is NFT-centric, is a creator-centric NFT marketplace, basically. That's how we position. So we started on November 2019 with this simple platform where everybody was able to jump in, create their own NFT and sell it. This was done just because we felt that NFT is the next big thing. After the DeFi probably on blockchain, it's still early here. And the NFT space is small. And we wanted to expand it and capture the growth of it but at the same time. That's why we created this minting platform for our users to be able to experiment on the use cases, like whatever they want to create, tickets, maybe promotion campaigns, some badges, whatever they want, basically. And we've seen a lot of traction coming from the art market. Basically, that's I would say the art market found us by itself. We didn't target them specifically, although probably there was some targeting Twitter but just talking to them. And we've been growing since then, 50% to 100% per month, pretty steadily. And this was how it happened until we launched the governance token. After that, basically, we introduced a yield farming mechanic that is booming in DeFi world. For the NFT world, we are rewarding whoever trades NFT on our platform with our governance token. That creates this positive feedback loop when you use a platform and when you are an active user and you receive the rights to control the platform in the future, basically. And we believe this is the very powerful way to bootstrap a marketplace. And we've been an open platform from the very origin. We want our users basically discover what can be done there, and that's why we want to continue to be an open platform, and even more open with this governance token. We are about to introduce the governance voting by the end of the next week, or maybe a week later. So it's just coming. But what I can say right now is that this is very important mechanic. When we empower our users with the control, we can mitigate all of the problems that have been on the market. So one of the big parts is curation for the art market. A lot of other projects are that curating the marketplace by themselves, and we don't want to do that, because if you became the single source of truth, you also became the single source of failure. And that's why we want to gradually transfer all of these important features, such as curation, promotion, verification, to the community. So I do want to remind everyone here that this is still early. NFT space is small. 100 million is like Ethereum at the beginning of 2017. And we are in the bull market right now, obviously, with a lot of tokens spiked 10x from the beginning of this year. But it's still early. It's still early. The bull market isn't like overheated yet, because it's all of the same people from 2017 who are using the products. They just received this market validation, and after several months, we will almost surely see an inflow of new users. What would be the gate of adoption here? There has been definitely a lot of infrastructure updates recently in blockchain. You can now have your mobile phone wallet. You can sign up to dApps with it. You can have a wallet tied to your mobile phone. You can buy ETH from the credit card. We have 14 billion of stable coins. All of this creates this new steep learning curve for anybody who onboards to the system. And since the introduction of a governance token at Rarible, I've seen how quickly the users that were trading art and basically were involved in the visual and design things, how quickly they come on board and started creating pools on Uniswap, trading the token, making all of this activity. So they are learning fast. So I believe NFT will be one of the gateways of adopting new users during this bull cycle. And this is an important thought, because games have been always here for onboarding. Microsoft created Minesweeper to teach guys to click with the pointer on a small object, or Solitaire to drag and drop. And NFTs are at least here to educate people about blockchain and stuff and onboard them. And this is without saying that NFT is a powerful tool by itself, representing a digital ownership, basically. And this digital ownership is liquid. You can have programmable royalties. You can have automatic checks of whether the person is the owner of NFT or not. So this is a really big market, but it's still hasn't there yet. So that's why my great call here would be for everybody to hop on Rarible and to start governing the platform. Basically, that's our top priority right now. We want to distribute the platform control over the community. So and it's suitable for everyone. If you're developing a game, you can start. You can reach out to us. We can make a partnership. We can create a new category for games, and you will be able to control the platform by receiving the sales of your items and subsequent stake of Rarible token. Right now, we are distributing 75,000 of tokens on a weekly basis, proportionally to the volume and of the volume traded. So right now, it's almost $100,000 weekly for the creators. So if you are a creator, also just come to us and start selling. And so this is what it's all about. You can just have a marketplace for your own. You can tailor it for your needs when this governance process is set up and working. And that's probably my biggest call to action here. If you wanna capture some NFT growth, if you wanna have a okay, this comment. Thanks, Skipper. So if you want to capture the growth of the NFT market in general, we are the right platform where you can do it. I suppose that would be it for today. It's all what I wanted to say. I'm happy to talk about NFT market in general because I love it. I love the community. I love the artists. I love the licenses and rights. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Alex. It's great to hear from one of the founder of the project, like the story, the open talk, and the vision here, like in direct conversation. Let's see if we have maybe one or two questions. Yeah, I can see one question here again from Skipper Burst, if you want to take it.
Yep. Will there be a staking on artist feature on Rarible? It's a great one. So I believe you're referring to this. That's how can distributed curation can work. So right now, if you want to promote an artist, we can promote him as a platform, basically. But we do want to transfer this this part to the community. And how does community promote an artist? How can community promote it? One of the possible answer to that is staking. You can stake on the specific artist. You can stake your Rarible tokens, and that would entitle you to a portion of his future sales. And that would basically up him in the rating of staked authors. That's one of the possible mechanics for curation. But again, if you want to see something like that implemented in Rarible, just go and advocate. We are about to transition to the community governed process, and you are the part of the community. So just advocate, have your friends, and let's build it.
Great answer. All right, we have to move to the next presenter today, but that was a great answer. And if you want to continue the conversation with Alex, I'm sure he can be joined through his social channel, Telegram or Discord. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alex. Let's keep it up. And now we have Robert from Dacoco. Robert, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here. Thanks very much.
Perfect.
Cool. I've got a screen to share, and I'll just check whether or not that. It's screen sharing. Okay, share screen. And is that working?
Here we go.
Yep, you can see it.
Excellent. Yeah, you can get started.
Okay, so I'm from Dacoco. Dacoco GmbH was established in Zug in when did you do it? In 2018 to provide services to decentralized autonomous communities. Came up because
one second. You might want to go full screen so we don't see
okay.
the.
Let's. Can we see that full screen now? Is that full screen?
No. Click play button again, maybe.
Hold on. Okay. It's not coming up full screen on there with play.
Yeah, I suppose it's full screen on your side, but not on the stream.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. Sorry for interrupting then.
No worries at all. Right. So can you see the Dacoco text here? Let me have a look. Yeah. So Dacoco was set up to really provide services to decentralized organizations. We started to we set up and launched the EOS DAC project, which was really the first DAO DAC that was run on EOS, and we've been building tools on there since. And well, one thing you certainly know with DAOs and DACs is that they have this problem about how they interface with the real world. So what we came up with is that by having replaceable service companies, DAOs can effectively integrate and work with real world entities. So quite often, for instance, we were struggling with how do you procure infrastructure services, register trademarks, all that type of thing. And so what Dacoco was doing was providing these infrastructure procurement services to DACs. And it's also been doing a load of consultancies for other people setting up DACs, such as the Youth Alliance Foundation, and being involved with the Legal Preparatory Committee. So from there, we've been just hold on, just move slides. Right. So the main management team behind it is myself, Michael Yeats, who's been a big stalwart of the blockchain space for quite some time and a very leading member of EOS and WAX chains, and Sarah McKenna, who comes from a big financial investment banking background. We've also got other capacity. We've been building up a big relationship with a number of highly skilled designers and developers in the space, and also a network of infrastructure providers and legal connections. As you know, there's an awful lot of legal stuff that's based around this. And we've also got associated consultants in a number of jurisdictions and locations, and we've also got a relationship with an Indian game studio. And through quite a lot of us are very interested in NFT space, especially through working on the WAX blockchain. And certainly we started to see that it was a space that we really wanted to do something within, and we wanted to try and start building up a sort of NFT metaverse. And from that came about the concept of alien worlds, which I'll move on to now. So what we've got is really a story where it's far in the future, and there's raging pandemics and systematic collapse on Earth, a little bit like today. And what we've seen is that then the aliens are starting to communicate with us through Bitcoin transactions and other algorithmic patterns. And then we find a big discovery through there that we've got a wormhole that allows us to travel a far-flung exoplanets. So we go through that wormhole, and we're collecting this rare trillium, which is the sort of only unreplicable type of material in the universe. And so that can then be used as a basis for some kind of pure economy, which an ancient sentient AI will help us advise on how to set up. So that's really the premise of how the alien worlds comes about and how we go to the alien worlds. It's really a decentralized metaverse. So it's running on the WAX blockchain. It's got cross-chain links to Ethereum as well. So it'll be a dual token. The metaverse currency is Trillium. It incentivizes explorers to play games and must be staked to be included in governance. So there's an awful lot of decentralized style autonomous communities and organization interplay that goes on within this as well. The planets are decentralized autonomous communities. They get a sort of a daily allocation of Trillium, which they need to decide how to use and how to distribute to their players and the people who are interacting with them. And we're providing various reference games like a mining game and a battling game, which will show how these show how the trillium can be distributed effectively to people. And then an awful lot of what this is based around is a large set of non-fungible tokens, which make up this metaverse. So more planets can be created. We're starting off with 6 planets to start off with, and they all have kind of maps and lands and things which can be done within them. So users play to earn, own to earn. They can earn trillium through gameplay. They can, the planets can choose to return trillium through staking mechanisms. They can buy NFTs that enhance the chance of success within the game, or allow them to unlock certain areas within the metaverse. And planets also can issue their own NFTs and recognize other people's NFTs. So it's a degree of an interoperable framework that we're building around it as well. So it's all made up of these digital assets. There's really 6 types of digital assets which we run within Alien World, so that we call them foundation stones. And they're made up of avatars, which really just have a cosmetic purpose, tools, which are used primarily for the mining, and there's a number of different tools which have a different effect on how much trillium you may earn and how much NFT you may also be able to mine, because the mining works on the dual level of both mining trillium and mining NFT elements. There's land, which there's a large number, or there's about 3,000 or so packets of land which have different properties as well, which impact on the mining and future development. And then there's also weapons, minions, and avatar and artifacts which affect the way that people interact together. So there's 6 different levels of rarity, 4 different levels of shininess. We're using the traditional 4-gene sort of setup so that you get 4 of the same item together, and then they start to become a gold version. So you get 4 stones, you turn them into a gold, you take 4 golds, you turn them into a stardust item, you take 4 stardust items, and you turn them into an antimatter item. And so we've got most of it planned out now. We've got virtually all the assets created. We've got the smart contracts in place on the Wax blockchain, and we've got a load of promo stuff that's coming up very shortly. And then we should be ready to sell off some launch packs, which will be coming in hopefully next month. It might be a little bit later, but then we're going to be selling those off in on a sale that will cover Wax, Ethereum, and EOS, and it's going to be quite a fun time around all that. So I'm very happy to take any questions, or there's some links on there that people can go to find out more about what we're doing.
Yep, I'm back on. Let's see if there's any question. I really find like this scenario is freaking cool. And it seems like we have some people in the audience who find the same. So that
Cool.
Great imagination.
Yes, I think a lot of it is based around really trying to get something a little bit different and unique out there that can interest people and perhaps can have a bit of depth around it as well that we can start to build upon. And what we really see is that an awful lot of metaverse type approaches take the view of you take a really cool avatar 3D world type thing first off, and then you try and slot some things around it. And I think what we're trying to do here is really build up from the foundations and then kind of add the skins of the cool stuff on top of it.
Well, thank you for sharing all those motivation and what drives you here.
Yeah.
I see Steve is with us as well. Steve, okay.
Hello, guys.
All right, so Steve is going to introduce us with GameCredits now.
Yes. Nice. I'll just share my screen here.
Yep. Here.
Nice. Is that full screen?
It is.
Nice. Perfect.
Perfect. Stage is yours.
Very good. Well, yes, thank you. We are very pleased as a team, a 30-plus member team, to join Blockchain Game Alliance. So thank you very much for not only having us join the prestigious companies that are already there. This panel is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Sorare. I've been a soccer card collector all my life. As far as Rarible, I'm a heavily daily user of Rarible, and as well as Wax. So yes, it's a very good panel, a very good alliance to be joining. So we're very pleased to be here. GameCredits, I'll give you a little kind of background on GameCredits. We were one of the first cryptocurrencies, technically back in 2014. So if anyone back then was into crypto and you were looking at any of the price charts that existed back then, we were kind of one of maybe 20 to 25 things that were listed at the time. So we are one of the older projects in the space. We were kind of pre-ICO days, pre-DeFi and NFT space. So game has changed kind of the look and feel from back in 2014. We were Nova Token until about maybe 6 months ago. Nova Token's engine is kind of driving what game is doing now. And then we purchased the network itself and the social contacts and everything else about 6 to 8 months ago. And since then, we kind of rebranded Nova Token's engine as game, and then introduced the esports and a lot of other value adds to the platform. So anyone who knows GameCredits from back in 2014, we're definitely kind of a different roadmap now. We have a different team and different tech behind the platform. So we've still got the 2014 branding, and our ticker is game, which is fantastic. We love that. So what we're trying to build right now is true digital ownership of your assets. I can't stand seeing my children pour hundreds of dollars into Fortnite, knowing that one day those accounts are just going to go dormant or offline or pretty much be rendered useless at some point. So seeing what's happening now with Fortnite, with Apple and Google, this is all kind of coming to fruition that the old guard and the old way gaming was done is definitely being disrupted and going to change. And GameCredits now is kind of at the forefront of that change. So esports is a big kind of focus of what we're doing. You will be able to stake on your favorite esports champions. So when they win the payouts, you split those across the board on a reward platform. As far as I kind of went over the 2014 kind of initiation from us with the champions and developers, it's kind of a two-pronged approach. So we're not only focused on gamers who are utilizing these games and playing these decentralized games, but the developers who are building these games. So we want to make it easier in the tools and the sandbox that they play in to build these games. So you don't have to have a huge team, a year, and a ton of money to be able to accomplish something like this. On our platform, you could utilize what we've already built over 2 years with millions of dollars, and then kind of launch your own kind of not a quick version, but you can utilize our tools to build your own games very quickly and easily compared to what previous experiences were. I would say Engine would be our biggest competitor in what we're doing right now with their SDK and kind of dabbling in different ERC, the 1155. We just switched ourselves on July 1st from our own chain to Ethereum. So we did our drop using some of the major exchanges like Bittrex, BitBay, and Crex24 as our DEX. So we brought over our old GameCredits users into the ERC20 platform. And then this just allows us to do so many more things. Plus, we thought that was the right chain at the time to choose. Gas prices have kind of proven that to be challenging in some cases, but either way, I'm sure we'll all get through it, and that's the price we pay to be decentralized. So as far as one of the biggest use cases for what Game is trying to do is our rewards platform. We've seen DeFi blow up lately with anyone trying to get some sort of yield back for staking your tokens. We were doing this 2 years ago with Nova Token's roadmap. This just happens to kind of fall in line time frame wise with our launch. So our rewards platform is a platform that you're able to, as a user, go in and stake on your favorite, say, game or project in the NFT space, in the blockchain gaming space. And then every week, 100,000 game credits are paid out across the platform. 50% are specifically for developers and 50% for the users staking their game credits. So we've got, we're growing our platform. Sebastien, I know Sandbox was just a new member that joined our rewards platform. Splinterlands is also a new one. Crypto Motors has recently joined. So we want to grow this to, say, 50 plus different platforms in the NFT space and kind of the gaming space that users are able to go. And right now, the biggest use case would be that you can stake your game credits, and then on a weekly basis, you get some sort of payout depending on what your stake percentage was and what you've chosen to stake on. And then in the future, as a more involved with the different games and, say, artists or projects, you may be, something where the top stakers might be handed a 1 of 10 gun to be able to use in the game, or a different skin. An artist might be able to give you, a 1 of 10 special artwork that the biggest stakers receive. So there's a lot of different assets that we can not only you can stake your game on and get a reward, but in the future it'll be more of items that you're going to receive, and a lot of those items will end up on second marketplaces and see second sales. So we want to grow this as far as kind of dabbling in the DeFi space, but DeFi to some is a little bit concerning. It seems too good to be true. So we want to kind of dumb it down and make it into a fashion where, in a gaming aspect or a gamified aspect, you can do the same sort of yield techniques, but you're doing it on a less, I guess, there's less barriers to entry level that you're utilizing. So with some of our champions, we've signed a couple champions right now. That aspect of the site is not live just yet. That will be rolled out this year for sure. We're expecting probably in the next 8 to 12 weeks. That is something that can be utilized. So we are signing some esports champions right now, some gaming personalities both on YouTube as well as Twitch, and they will be playing on our different channels. You'll be able to stake on those different champions. If they do win any sort of tournaments, you'll split rewards with them. As far as you see, the BTC Daddy has sort of a sticker NFT here. He was considering where the top 10 stakers on his platform or on himself would be rewarded with these BTC Daddy 1 of 10 special NFTs. So there's a lot of different, I guess, gamification and economics that can play into this. You can also build and have special contests where whoever stakes the most that month might have a special AMA session with you on Twitch Live. So it's a way for anyone to engage with their community better. And one question we get asked a lot when we're talking to the different platforms in the space is, we want to make sure that we roll this out properly to our community. So that's something we're going to be working with the games on. So in this sense, we're kind of cross-promoting our communities. Gamers are coming to the NFT space. NFT, centric people are coming to the gaming space. So we definitely want to cross-promote. And it seems this industry in the NFT space is very, they do a very good job at collaborations. And I think that's why we're growing so fast and why so much gets done in such a short time frame. And that's definitely something that we want to fuel and keep up because we see that as definitely a positive. Instead of clashing with each other, we should be working together to make things happen. A third portion of the games platform that is not essentially live yet, but again will be in that same time frame as the champions, is our marketplace. This combined with our minting tool is where we see the barriers being taken away for anyone coming into the space who wants to in 3 months launch a game, doesn't have a token, doesn't have a marketplace to sell those on, and really doesn't have the dev or the financial power to do so. So we're trying to make this almost a sandbox springboard platform that someone can make a solid game that's very interactive, that can gain a lot of users quickly in a very short time frame, utilizing the tools that we took so long to build. So we're thinking, between us and Engine, I think there's going to be a significant spike in games and whatnot that are launched, just because the barriers are coming down, and it's that much easier and more efficient to be able to do so and launch a solid game that much quicker. This is kind of an example of our esports tournament brackets. So you can use us similar to someone going to, utilize TSN for a fantasy football league if they're joining up. So this is somewhat of a new scenario in the gaming space and the blockchain space, but something we definitely think is a future for both fantasy as well as in-game betting and other ecosystems that can flourish from this. But this is also on the roadmap. This probably won't be seen until 2021. We have some other things that are priority to this. And then as far as game, we're definitely growing our social networks. Twitter is by far our biggest. We just have our Instagram started up again. So we're trying to engage our community on Discord as well. We did make, I know Sebastien, you're familiar with these, we did make physical game coins. There's 200 of these that were made. So we did give some out to our community. We'll also be selling some in our swag shop. And that leads into our swag shop will be in the metaverse. GameCredits sees definitely the value and the future of the metaverses. So Sandbox, Somnium Space, Decentraland, as well as Crypto Voxels. We do have presence in all four different worlds. And we definitely will have game headquarters in all four of them probably by the end of 2020. So we do see the value in where gaming and metaverses and blockchain are going. And I don't know how anyone in this space can kind of think that in 10 years, people will still be playing a centralized gaming platform, and that will be the dominant platform. So we're hoping to be one of the leaders that changes that.
Thank you so much, Steve, for this presentation. Yes, indeed, I'm a lucky person. I did receive a game credit token, physical, collectible. I love it. I keep it very preciously.
Nice.
I hope like some other member of the BGA by joining the platform and players will be able to receive theirs as well. It's a great token. Wanted to say thank you also for all your support to the different actors of the ecosystem. It's indeed quite exciting to see like you own NFT lands across many virtual worlds. You own digital collectible across several games, as you mentioned, like Sorare and a few others. So that's really a true commitment to supporting the ecosystem as a whole. Let's see if there's any question for you from the audience. If not, we'll move with the last speaker for the day, which is Ezekiel.
Yes.
No question for now. Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you.
We're good. So let's move to Ezekiel. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Hey, Sebastien. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but there's no video. Just
yeah,
sound.
my lighting is a bit bad, so I'll just make do with this, if that's okay.
It's okay, yes.
Oh,
Would
yes,
you like to share some slides?
Oh, yes, sure. Just let me get the slides on.
Here they are.
Okay. Is the slides on now? All right.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to the presentation then. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ezekiel, and I'm the head of blockchain gaming for Altcoin Bars. So many of you might have heard of us and what we have been doing over the years. I think we have more importantly covered altcoins instead of blockchain gaming over the years. So maybe you might not have heard of us, but I'm happy to share today about what we do and some plans about what we have going forward. So this is some basic introduction info about us. We are an independent digital media outlet that delivers the latest news and opinions in the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So our mission is to empower crypto enthusiasts and all who are relevant in this space to understand and experience the world of crypto like never before. So we have an active and organically grown community and a team of writers and content creators from all around the world. So for me, I'm in Singapore. We have writers from India, Australia, and all over the place. So we are not like centralized or gathered in one area. And we are most proud of our YouTube channel, which has over 210,000 subscribers now and have over 1,300 videos till date. So as you can see, we have also over 20.5 million views on YouTube, and we post almost on a daily basis. So most of the news we cover is about altcoins, Bitcoins or Ethereum, and there's more coverage on blockchain gaming as well. So we also have an active Twitter with over 1.5 million monthly impressions and more than 80,000 followers. So overall, we have over 350,000 followers across our digital platforms, and we strive to bring relevant content to the community every single day of the week. So moving on, we have also expanded our coverage to the blockchain gaming industry as well. So we have been covering blockchain gaming since last year, and the stuff that we cover includes interviews, gaming news, game projects, game and project reviews, and game launches and updates. So we are very happy to have connected with so many game developers, game projects, and people who are shaping this space so far. And we are constantly looking to connect with more people. So as we know, the blockchain gaming industry is currently growing, and many of us believe and are confident that blockchain gaming is the future. So here are just some stats which I've taken, and you can see that CryptoKitties is still consistently sitting at the top 10 for all-time sales and has over 36 million in all-time sales volume. So moving on to overall sales of non-fungible tokens, it's over 96 million. And more than 70 blockchain gaming firms are already in this space. So Ubisoft, Square Enix, AMD, and other big players are already quite involved in this space and are already partnered with so many gaming projects. So these are some of the current challenges for growth in this space, which we find. So information about the blockchain gaming industry is quite scattered. So if you were to want to find a specific information about a certain game item or NFTs or even a certain genre of gaming, you have to go to so many websites, so many platforms to even get some information. So it's also hard to keep up with updates and news of each game. So as you know, there are many Telegram groups and Discord groups which are open for each individual game. And for a regular person, it might be quite hard to keep up with every single game. And then your Telegram gets flooded, your Discord gets flooded. So you might miss out news and updates when they post it. And gamers who are outside of blockchain might also find it overwhelming to enter into this space. So the need to even download a wallet, the need to have a certain item before you can even access the game, certain item to even access a certain aspect of the game. Gamers who are not familiar with blockchain technology might just find it a turn off and not even consider even trying a game. So with this in mind, we are working on a new platform called Fungible. So we find that with all these problems going on, this platform will be something that blockchain gamers, blockchain gaming projects, and even gamers outside of blockchain gaming will come to appreciate. So this platform will be a blockchain gaming database in which we will provide the latest news, updates, game guides, all information about NFTs for all games built on all blockchains. So this will be just the one stop that any blockchain gamer or anyone who wants to learn about blockchain gaming will just need to access. So this also will bring about blockchain gaming, will let people to understand blockchain gaming in a more easy and simple way, and to also understand how they can actually start playing a game or to understand any game better. So this platform also comprises of a forum for game discussions. So I've actually spoken to some of the game developers and such. So they actually don't have a proper communication channel or a proper forum in which they can actually get their community to do all kinds of game discussions and such. So a lot of them actually just use Telegram groups or communicate through Twitter and all those. But it gets messy sometimes and people information gets lost. So I think with a proper forum for these kind of games, it will be so useful for not only the gamers, but also the game developers as well. So moving on to this platform, here are just some screenshots in which I've taken. So as you can see, we have a easy to navigate homepage, and we also feature the top games and latest games. So there's also like a rating bar in which we'll give our unbiased rating on each game. And then going on, the community or the users will also be able to, give their own rating as well. So the community will be able to, participate in sort of, promoting the game or like pushing the game, to the top of the chart. So this is just one of the games that I've taken. So this is Forgotten Artifacts from Engine. And as you can see, there are many tabs in which all kinds of information about the game. I mean, there are many tabs which will provide all kinds of information about the game. So there will be weapons and items. So there will be so many, NFTs, equipment and such in one game. And it can be quite hard for even someone who follows the game itself to even like know everything. So we have a specific wiki page to give information about all these kind of items and even show people where to get it. So for example, this founders token, so it's only purchasable from the Engine marketplace. So all this kind of information will just be, on the wiki page itself. So we also have information about the monsters and all kinds of like quests and in-game stuff. So you can see these are just some of the monsters that appears in Forgotten Artifacts. And yeah, so that will be all for me. We would like to connect with anyone who is actually a part of this space. And if you have any inquiries or just want to chat, just hit me up on my Telegram or email. Yeah. So
thank you very much.
My presentation. Yeah. Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Quick question: like, is Fungible already launched, or do you have like a date in mind to launch it?
Oh yeah. So we currently don't have a date in mind. It's not fully launched yet, but anyone can actually go onto Fungible and see what we currently have. So there are like some games which are already out there. You can just go and explore the page, but it's not like fully ready yet. Yeah. So when the time comes, then we'll have a proper announcement for that.
All right. Let us put the link, maybe fungible.io, .com.
Oh yes. Just let me drop it in the fungible.com. So
okay. As easy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I invite all the members who developing blockchain games to check out. They can provide more NFTs there to.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Well, with that, I think it is the end of today's event. We can have a panel with short discussion if we have some questions from the public. But right before that, I'd like to thank you to all our speakers, all the members who join us, join the BGA, help us to become even bigger and continue our efforts to push for adoption of blockchain technology within the game industry and beyond. If you want to learn more about the BGA, you can follow us on our Twitter, our Medium, our website, or our Telegram channel. And yeah, let's see now if we have any question from the audience, from YouTube or from from Twitter as well. If not, I might ask 1-2 questions, and then we'll end today's event. Maybe Serena also, who has been with us backstage, wanted to give her a big thank for supporting us through the event. As some questions, she's always really great to start kicking off all conversations. So let's see. Hey, Robert.
I have to give Serena a heads up. She's everywhere she needs to be, and she's a very active woman in the space. I like her style very much.
Nice. Thank you, Steve. All right, so maybe one question that's a bit generic and for everyone in the space is like, what are your views for like what the second half of 2020 should look like in space of NFTs and blockchain gaming? Are you excited? Are you maybe you think like DeFi took all the hype and blockchain gaming is a little bit behind the scenes now? Can you share some thoughts? Rob, let's start.
Yeah, I can share a thought there. That I think in some ways or another, DeFi almost acts as a nice launch pad for some of this, because it's bringing in some new people and it's bringing in a bit of excitement into the crypto space in general. And so hopefully, once people have seen, okay, well, there's this earning stuff going on, what can we actually do that's more fun? They're going to start looking around and seeing that, oh, look, there is actually some really interesting stuff out there on the NFT side, which is something that's probably going to last rather than this DeFi craze.
Yeah, I'd like to follow that up with saying there are a few projects right now that are really kind of combining both of them, specifically projects like Avagachi, where they're kind of baking in DeFi into their NFTs, so it is kind of like a collateralized game. And I think, you know, a lot of games are also adapting to the DeFi kind of way and the net positive sum systems.
Yeah. I would say the ICO craze drove ETH and a lot of projects. It brought a ton of money in the space. It brought a lot of attention. Some of it was good, some was bad. But regardless, it did excel the community with the new funds and the new attention. DeFi is kind of in the same spot. You see almost every week there's another $1 billion locked up in it, essentially. All of that is not only bringing attention to Ethereum, but it's also inflating the gas costs, which is for collectibles, for art, for some gaming and whatnot, that poses a problem. So I think ETH2 is on a lot of people's minds. And if that gets implemented and scales properly, then there's room for NFTs and DeFi to both bloom. And I think they pair well with each other.
Great. All right, so we should embrace that new hype and all those new users coming up in general. Up here, I see a question from Nederob or Robert, for those of you who are familiar with Play to Earn. So, well, Nicolas is not with us. Brian, are you still with us or did you leave?
I'm actually here, yeah. I'm actually here.
All right, cool. Just in time before you leave. So, would you like to answer that question?
What was the question again? Sorry, I'm coming in and out.
So
basically.
Robert is asking, like, you guys take care of fees as a platform. Are you going for a second layer solution to ease the load on yourself?
Yeah. So yeah, we do subsidize the gas fees for all our users. So it's been more expensive lately, for sure. The thing is, we were in a layer 2 solution 6 months ago called Loom, and we've experienced firsthand what we call platform risk, meaning, you know, projects that had great potential but that didn't fulfill all its operational, I would say, what is expected from them. And so right now we're looking at different types of solutions, but there's no real layer 2 that seems obvious to us. And there are also other potential solutions such as optimistic rollups and stuff like that. So we're exploring, but there's no clear leader, and we don't want to take a decision too fast before and choosing the wrong layer 2 and then being exposed to platform risk. So yeah, I think all the market is still waiting for a real layer 2 solution that will emerge. And for the time being, all the layer 2s from our perspective are still relatively young. And so we're looking at, you know, how they doing in production for more than just a few months, but actually a year or two.
Out of curiosity, we went through the same thing with Loom. So Scale and Matic are kind of top of the list for us. I didn't know if you were in the same boat or were thinking there was more time needed before they flourish properly.
Yeah, I think, we're looking at everything. So Scale, Matic, Solana, even Flow and stuff like this. Again, lots of choice, but no clear conviction on any project. We don't want to move too fast to another layer 2 or to another blockchain. It has a lot of cost involved, switching blockchain to layers. So we need strong conviction before changing to any other one.
It could be interesting to actually organize one of the next BGA event involving some of the key actors in the layer 2 space. Some of them are already members and even sponsored of the BGA, like Magic, but I'd like to hear from their side, like how maybe they can help further the space.
Yes, as would I.
All right. I see Robert had another question, but Alex had to leave, so we'll pass that question on to him, and he'll reach back at you. If there's no more question, I think we can wrap today's event. Thank you again for participating, building awesome games, products, services. And well, we are really excited to have you as members of the BGA, and let's keep it up all together.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a million, Sebastien.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Take care.
Have a good end of Friday. Good weekend. Bye-bye.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.